The Atlanta Falcons had a solid offseason, but I feel like they could have done a little better. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean in just a second, but super quick. Massive shout out to Falcons fan, fitting name, for the suggestion of today's video. Go drop them a sub, their link is in the description. And if you want a shout out just like that one, all you gotta do is let me know what team to do next. Then of course, when I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out, rebuild the team you want me to, and it helps me know what y'all want to see. So it's a win-win-win. But we've been doing pretty well with the like goals lately, so let's see if we can get to just 120, and if we can hit that, I'll have another one of these rebuilds with the team's new rookie class out on Sunday. And I know we hit it a little bit ago at this point, but thank you again for 3K. I say a little bit ago, but it was like 3 days ago. But be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Let's see if we can get to 3,050 subs just off this video. We're really close to that already. So if you subscribe listening right now, we would hit like, I don't know, 3,500 subs just off this video, because like half my viewers aren't subscribed. So do it if you're not already, because if you enjoy these videos, it'll just help you see more of them. But very last thing, turn on notifications if you have not already to make sure that you catch all these videos, because like I said, I'm going to be doing a ton of them with rookies in the very near future. But that's enough plugging. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, so get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever, get your Desmond Ridder body pillows, I don't know. And let me tell you what I think about what this team did this offseason. So I really like the majority of the moves that the Falcons have made. I really like the Jesse Bates signing. I really overall like what you did with this defense. You added some veterans on the defensive line to make a really good group if they all stay healthy. You added Bud Dupree, who I do think is a little overrated, but can definitely play. You made some good low-risk, high-reward trades, like trading for Jeff Okuda, Jonnu Smith, who was very good for the Titans in Arthur Smith's old offense back in Tennessee, so we'll have to see if he can kind of be that again here. Only had to trade like a 7th round pick for him. There were even some like lower moves I liked, like I thought Caden Ellis was pretty good for the Saints last year. Mike Hughes should be decent if he does end up starting here. I think you could have gone with a better QB than Taylor Heineke, but I don't mind Taylor Heineke. I would have maybe gone with like an Andy Dalton or something, but maybe he just wasn't interested. I don't know. I overall like almost every move you made in free agency. However, this receiving core is disgusting. I'm sure the Falcons just aren't gonna use receivers that much. I mean, Arthur Smith has a crazy offense. He uses a lot of tight ends, a lot of running backs, does some weird shit here, but I feel like a good like run after catch receiver would have been really nice here, like an AJ Brown type. Not necessarily to that level. You don't need to go that extreme, but like, I don't know, this receiving core is kind of gross, I'm gonna be honest. And then, look, I think BIJAN is a monster. He's one of the best prospects I've ever seen, but like, you were really good at running back to begin with Cordero Patterson. I get he's older though, but Tyler Algier had a really good rookie season. I feel like he could have been the future of this team. Now he's not really gonna get many touches, but I do think BIJAN will be a monster here, like I said. I just feel like you needed to go with a more valuable position than running back. Again, maybe like a receiver, maybe not top 10 though, but maybe you trade back. But at the same time, I don't mind it because I'm sure he's just gonna be ridiculous here. But other than that, in the draft, I mean, you made some decent picks. I like Clark Phillips, not Kark Phillips. Zach Harrison was a fine pick. Matt Bergeron was a fine pick. I feel like you could have taken a better lineman there. Like, I just feel like they did fine in the draft. Every single pick they made, I was like, all right, that's fine. The only one that was really good value was like Clark Phillips, I guess. But I don't know. I don't want to be too pessimistic about this team because I do really feel like they got some valuable pieces throughout the offseason, whether I feel like they could have done better or not. The major question with this team, obviously, is what's going on with QB here, because Desmond Ridder isn't necessarily like a crazy high upside guy. He could be like a solid QB, like in the 16, like top 16-ish range, but I don't know if he'll ever be better than that. He could completely prove me wrong, and I don't know if this team's gonna be bad enough next year to end up with a super high pick just because you have such good players on this defense, and you do have very good pieces on the offense too, assuming Desmond Ridder doesn't work out. But I feel like you're almost gonna be stuck in a situation where the Rams were like 5 years ago, where they just had a loaded roster, but you had Jared Goff at QB, so you were like kinda, well, we have this really really good team, but our QB is just so we can't really win a Super Bowl. Like, they put up fucking 6 points in the Super Bowl, or 9 or something, I don't know. That's kind of the problem I have with the Lions too currently. Like, they have a really good roster, but they have Jared Goff, who I get put up good stats last year, but he got on the field a ton because that defense was so ass, and he had a really good team around him. I think he is one of the most overrated players in the NFL right now. I'm sorry, Lions fans, if you're listening, for the random shot, but I just don't feel like Goff is that good. He just put up good stats because of the situation he was in. But anyways, back to the Falcons. I do believe Desmond Ridder does do very well in this game, so we'll have to see what he can do, but that's enough talking about the team. I want to get into this rebuild. So with that, I'll see y'all at the midseason point of year number 1, assuming there are no scenarios. We'll see. Okay, I don't know if this is anything major, but we did hit a dev up for Michael Walker. Now has star dev and 10,000 XP. I decided to start him and Troy Anderson because I did like Troy Anderson coming out of Montana State? I think that's where he's from. And with Michael Walker getting the dev up and the XP, that might be our future linebacking core right there. I try not to give too many players dev traits on their own, but I might do, like, give one player a dev trait that I think could be a really good player in the future in real life, and then I might take one away from a player that doesn't deserve it to try to balance it out. Because I know there are some people that don't like that, which I get it, but I feel like Madden dev traits are stupid anyways. I feel like they just click the random button and are like, here, sure, you deserve a dev trait. And then players like Shaquille Leonard don't have one at all. They just have normal dev. Like, it's confusing. I don't know. Okay, so at the mid-season point of year number 1, we're actually 4-3. We're doing a lot better than I thought we would. I mean, this team isn't the best yet, but it definitely has a lot of upside, but apparently we're reaching that upside early. I want to see how Desmond Ridder is doing. Oh, that's why we're doing well. 2,000 yards for Desmond Ridder in 7 games, 21 touchdowns. That is 3 touchdowns per game. That is insane. And only 3 interceptions so far. I know this isn't gonna last, but so far he is amazing. And a 69% completion percentage. Nice. So, I mean, we're just balling out. Specifically, Desmond Ridder is balling out. And for him balling out, we have a breakout QB scenario. So 1 or fewer interceptions and 300 total yards, or 3 total touchdowns to get star dev. Will he hit it? Probably not, because it seems like once you simulate a long stretch of games and then simulate one game, you always lose that game and your entire team does terribly, but we'll see. And then we have some re-signings here. I don't imagine there will be any major ones. Ooh. So we have to re-sign Caleb McGarry, but they did that in real life. What did they give him? Wait, what? 4-year, 10 mil? Oh, that must have been his rookie contract. Why did it show me that? He got 3 years, 34.5 with a 6 mil signing bonus. So I think this was it, and he takes it. Beautiful. I thought the Falcons just got the steal of a lifetime, but that was his rookie contract. I see. And then Lorenzo Carter, I think they re-signed him for a little bit in real life, but I don't know if I'm going to do that here. He's not really going to develop unless he just has like a monster year, but I think he's a backup here anyways to Arnold Ebiketie, so But with that, let's see if Desmond Ridder hit his dev up, and then we'll just get to the end of the year. We do actually get the win, but we don't put up many points. We only put up 17. Let's check the QB breakout. Okay. We still won at the very least, but no breakout for Desmond Ridder. At least not yet. Okay, so y'all know why we're here. Before I reveal how we did this year, if you have not already, be sure to like and subscribe. I know I just plugged, but like, no spoilers, but if we make the playoffs, I like to, you know, build a little suspense. But again, like, subscribe, it helps out a ton. I appreciate it. 130 likes is the goal, or 20? I think I said 20, but I'm stupid, so don't quote me on that. And then trying to reach 4K soon, so subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see if we can get to like 3,050 subs off this video. We're really close. I just hit my mic with my chin, so I hope that didn't come through, but it probably did. But we had some really good development this year. Oh yeah, also let me know a team to do next for a shout out. But yeah, we had some really good development. BIJAN is up to a 91 with morale already. I did give him X Factor. I didn't even really mention that. Like I said, I just think he's maybe the best prospect I've ever seen. It's just A, running back is an easy to find position, and B, they already had so many goddamn running backs here. But I do think he will be a monster, like I've already said. I don't know why I reiterate myself so much. Don't question me. Desmond Ridder is already up to a 75 with his +2 from morale. And then defensively, I guess the biggest dev up here was Troy Anderson, up to a 73 with morale so far from like a 66 or 7. By the way, I don't mention this enough, but these are my custom rosters, which might be why, you know, they have different ratings from actual Madden rosters. If you want to download these are unfortunately PC only, but my name is Brandon823021 on here. They're called like Brandon New or something. Yeah, Brandon New. So go and download those if you want to. But in year number 1, we finished 12-5 somehow. This isn't a great roster yet. I feel like playbooks matter way too much in this game. I know coaching matters a lot, but it's just so subjective. Like, some people might think, I don't know, Bill Belichick is the best head coach. Some might think fucking Pete Carroll's the best head coach. I don't know. Some might think Arthur Smith is the best head coach. Some might think Mikey McDingle is the best head coach, which they would be 1000% right in thinking so because he is the GOAT, as y'all know. But Desmond Ridder did definitely fall off, but he was still very good. 4,600 yards, only 2 yards away from 4,700, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. No, he didn't finish with 69 completion percentage. That sucks. BIJAN had 1,100 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, 16 touchdowns. The yards weren't amazing considering like what I think he'll do in real life this year, which is like 1,500 plus if he stays healthy and gets used a ton. Oh, whoa. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers with this receiving core. Kadarrell Hodge was our leading receiver with 1,100, almost 1,200 yards in 10 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts with over 1,100 yards in 7 touchdowns. Drake London with over 1,000 yards as a rookie. I guess technically second year here with 6 touchdowns. And Mac Hollins 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Interesting. Blocking, our tackles weren't amazing, but it could have been worse, I guess. Chris Lindstrom was solid. Matt Bergeron was very good as a rookie. Matt Hennessy was good, which by the way, I didn't mention it, but he is listed as a backup guard for them right now. I think he should be their starting center. I think he's better at center than Drew Dahlman, but for some reason they prefer Drew Dahlman. I don't know. I thought Matt Hennessy was really good when he played, but whatever. You do you, Falcons. They do some questionable stuff for sure, like not using Kyle Pitts literally at all. I don't know. Defensively, Troy Anderson led the team in tackles with 145. Michael Walker with 106. Tackles for loss. Jesus. There's some weird stats here. Okay. Grady Jarrett led the team with 17 tackles for loss, 13 for Arnold Ebiketie, 13 for Calais Campbell. In sacks, Lorenzo Carter with 10.5 in only... Oh no, he played a good amount of snaps. I thought I had him as a backup. Well, either way, he was solid. Calais Campbell with 7.5. Arnold Ebiketie with only 3.5. Grady Jarrett with only 3. Bud Dupree with only half a sack in almost 500 snaps. I'm glad I didn't start him. Those are some kind of gross stats for our defense, honestly. But yearly awards, MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, recording this on the day that his brother got arrested, so that's fun. Desmond Ridder at number 6, so that's interesting to see him up there. Offensive Player of the Year goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp. I feel like I haven't said that as much lately. I guess I haven't been doing as many NFC teams. Desmond Ridder at number 5. Zeke on the Bears. He always gets signed to the Bears here. I don't know why. Apparently it worked though. They were 12-5, just like us. Aaron Donald wins Defensive Player of the Year. No Falcons. I'm surprised to not see Troy Anderson. I guess he got a ton of tackles, which tackles are definitely an overrated stat, but I'm surprised he didn't get up there with those stats. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Desmond Ridder, not an actual rookie. Actual Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson, so whichever way you want to look at it, we won both Offensive Rookie of the Years here. And Drake London was at number 5. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson, and then Jack Campbell wins it for the actual rookies. We had Troy Anderson at number 3. It gets a little messy here. Why is Will McDonald on the Rams? The Jets always cut him. I don't know why. I don't know how to make them keep him, but I did think it was a weird pick in real life because they have such a deep edge group. I didn't feel like that was necessary, especially because I thought he was a reach to begin with. Even if they did need edge, I feel like they could have gone with a better one, but whatever. Arnold Ebiketie at number 9, though, not an actual rookie, but we'll take it. Whoa, I didn't even mean to go here, but Desmond Ridder won Best QB. I guess I'll check these to see if we had anyone else. Bijan at number 6 for running back. Kadarrell Hodge at number 5 for receiver. Ew. Chris Lindstrom at number 7 for best alignment. I thought Matt Bergeron was better, but whatever. Younghoe Koo, the GOAT, at number 3 for best kicker. You love to see it. But we're not going to jump into the playoff games yet. It's only year 1, and I don't want this video to be 5 hours long, so I'm not even going to do the scenario. It's kind of pointless anyways. Well, I'll do it. I just won't say anything, so it'll just skip it in the video at least. But let's just simulate this out and see if we can get a win. Our team isn't that good. It's only an 81 overall. I don't really know if we deserve to be here. I'll take it, but I've had way better teams miss the playoffs. We do get a win though, and we're going to be taking on the Bears, who are 12-5 as well, at only an 80 overall, so we do deserve deserve to win this one, so I can't wait to lose it. And my game froze when I tried to upgrade players. That's awesome, dude. Oh, and by the way, do I just want to start Matt Hennessy because his last name is Matt Hennessy? Or no, that's not his last name is Hennessy is what I meant to say. The answer to that question is yes. That is the only reason I want to start him. Well, plus because I think he's good, but still. Funny name. Yay, 7 staff points. So exciting. I don't know what I would do if we didn't get those 7 staff points. I might cry. If my controller disconnects one more time. But we have a hot opponent scenario here. Shout out Bobby Shmurda, as always. Always gotta be confident. Also, it makes me feel old that song's almost like 10 years old. Hot fella, you know what I mean? I don't know. A lot of things make me feel old, especially because I'm almost as old as some NFL players now, like that just got drafted. I'm not older than any yet, but I will be next year. So that makes me question what I'm doing with my life. But I guess to be fair, there aren't that many NFL players in the world, so I don't know. But let's simulate this game against the Bears out, and we do lose. Okay, of course we win the game we really don't deserve to win, and then we lose the one we maybe deserve to win. I love this game. It makes a lot of sense. My fucking controller, I'm gonna scream. It disconnected again. I'm gonna fucking throw it. Okay, so in the Super Bowl, it's kind of an interesting one for me. Those two teams behind the Seahawks are like my two, I guess, secondary favorite teams in the Chargers and the Eagles. I couldn't really tell you why I like either of them. I think I just like their uniforms, and plus I had a LaDainian Tomlinson jersey when I was like 5 for like a Halloween costume, so I was like, you know what, I guess I'll like this team now. I'm sure I still have it somewhere, but I don't know why I like them, but I do. This controller's disconnecting too. It's not the controller, it's the garbage ass cord. I'm gonna freak out. Ooh, we actually have 2 upgrades for Desmond Ridder here. Also, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I spent an upgrade on Scrambler and it upgraded Strong Arm past it. So is it a strat that if you want to upgrade Strong Arm, just spend it on Scrambler? No, that didn't get, wait, did it? No, that didn't boost it at all. And that gave it +1, so maybe not, but he does have Star Dev now, which is very nice. I don't know, it seems hit or miss. But for re-signings here, Lorenzo Carter was actually really good, and he is interested, so I'll offer him this 2 years, 10.4 mil. He takes it. Other than him though, I mean, we have Seahawks legend Jermaine Ifedi. God, he was terrible. I wish they played him at guard. He was actually decent when they played him at guard, but then they just moved him back to tackle and he sucked again. I was like, what are you doing? But let's see what we can do in free agency. I don't know if there's going to be much for us, but we'll see. The best player is a punter at an 82 overall. Yeah, there isn't typically much here in free agency in the first year, but it'll be a lot better in the coming years. So not too interesting, but maybe there's someone here. We'll see. So interestingly enough, Kaderil Hodge didn't get Star Dev. I really thought he would because of the year he had, but I guess not. And Troy Anderson did get Superstar Dev though, which is pretty huge. Jesse Bates went up to X Factor, which is fun. Did AJ Terrell already have Superstar? I think he might have, but also I don't know. And then Calais Campbell did retire. I was probably going to draft a defensive lineman anyways because it is such an old group, but we might have to now. We do have Tyquan Graham, so that's not the worst. He is still fairly young. I think he's only 24 here. Yeah, 24. There wasn't really much for us in free agency. I think I'm just going to hold off there for now, unless there's a good receiver. Hold on. Not really. I've gotten Rashid Shaheed before, but he doesn't really develop into much. Isaiah Hodgins could be fun. The Falcons really do like their big-bodied receivers. Why the fuck is Marvin Mims here? Why did the Broncos cut him? I mean, yeah, I really think we're good. I know it's boring, but I think it's the smart option to just worry about free agents later when there are actual good players there. So we have the 5th-year option for Jeff Okudah here. I don't know if the Falcons picked that up, or did like the Lions decline it? Wait, how does that work? I don't know if this is actually even what happened, but say the Lions declined, like if the Lions declined Jeff Okudah's 5th-year option, would it still be declined if he got traded to the Falcons, or could the Falcons decide to pick it up? Is that a thing? Like, is it still declined no matter what? Like the Falcons can't change that, or could they pick it up? I don't know how that works. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know if that's ever even really happened, but maybe. But no, we're not going to pick it up. I don't feel like paying 2 corners a 5th-year option, so we're not going to do that. Because we also have AJ Terrell, who they did pick his up. I'm a little embarrassed to say CJ Henderson was my favorite corner in that class over AJ Terrell. But hey, you never know. How players work out really just depends on who they are as a person and the team they go to a lot of the time. I'm not saying players who work out or who don't work work out are like bad people, but I don't know, shit happens. So the Jets actually have the number 1 overall pick here, which is interesting. Do they have someone else's picks right now? How did they end up as the worst team? Nope, they were just the worst team. Okay. Don't know how that happened, but they go with a middle linebacker with the number 1 overall pick. An off-ball linebacker. Arguably the least valuable position currently in the NFL. That's awesome, dude. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, and there's a running back, one of the other least valuable positions. I love this game. It's great. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, this guy is ridiculous looking. Rashard Preston. I don't know if he's gonna be quite as good as he looks because he looks like fucking Calvin Johnson if he was a little slower. Really, the only bad things about this guy are like his 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle weren't very good, and then his medium route and release aren't good. He's one of these low injury players, which look out for players with bad injury, if you have injuries off, of course. But I mean, let's take him. Yeah, hidden dev, that's not surprising. He's 6'5", 221, 22 years old, left-handed just like me for real, out of Oklahoma. That might have been a steal for the end of the first round. And then in round 2, I kind of wish I focus scouted this guy. And he's real. Oh no, this guy's not good. Okay, I'm glad I didn't. We could go like Joel Castle here. Yeah, I think that might be what we do. I focus scouted this guy. He had like A to C block shed and B to D tackle, and they did not end up being good stats. So I think let's go with Joel Castle. Good combine overall. The 5'1", 640 isn't great, but considering he's 313 pounds, it isn't terrible. 36 bench reps is very nice. Is this like the best player we could really go with right here though for the second round? I feel like there's got to be somebody better. Ooh, it is not this guy. It looks like he fell for a reason. He looks terrible. Is there like another really good receiver? And it's not this guy. I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna take 2 defensive linemen, maybe. We might start with Alec Buchanan just because he's projected to go first. His bench was not good. It says it's solid, but 29 reps isn't great for Madden. He is pretty quick though, and his attributes look really good, especially the A finesse move. Let's take him. Hidden dev, very speedy defensive tackle. You'll love to see it. Obviously, we're not gonna have him play nose tackle. I'm gonna move him to defensive end, but still. Damn. Okay, the other defensive tackle is gone, but at least we got a good one. This guy does look pretty good though. Jalen Vanover. We could honestly play him at nose maybe at 6'5", 313. That's not exactly a bowling ball build, but it's pretty thick. 35 reps, really good pursuit, solid play rec. Let's take him. Normal dev, but he could be a decent overall. We'll see. This is a weird draft. 2 defensive linemen and a receiver, but I mean, those are our needs. Well, this was certainly a draft. I will say that. Rashard Preston is a very good player at a 75 overall. Obviously really good at like everything. His medium and deep route could be better, but they're really not bad at all at a 74 each. He just overall looks like a really good player. I mean, his run after catch doesn't look the best, but he's a very powerful runner, it looks like. I don't know. I think that was a really good pick. We'll see what he can develop into though. Alec Buchanan was a 72 overall at defensive tackle, which is exactly what I expected. Went down to a 71 at defensive end, which I also expected that. Apparently I know this game too well now, but I just wish I didn't because this game sucks. Jalen Vanover was only a 65, but at defensive tackle he went up to a 67. And then I just took some random picks here. Dante Calhoun isn't great. Tyreek Foster is a receiver. He was the fastest in the class. Only 95 speed, which isn't as good as I thought it would be because he ran like a 4.29, but it's still good. And then a terrible backup lineman, and the CPU took Percy Hickman, who's a decent receiver. So not the best draft ever, but we got some potential key pieces, so I'm fine with it. Here is a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild, and we have a really nice team already, up to a 82 overall. Thank God it's not a 72. Desmond Ridder was very good last year though, up to a 75 overall. I did switch the scheme, so he is a scheme fit now. So we'll have to see what we can get from him in year number 2. We added Rashard Preston with our first round pick. Obviously, this team does not have the best receiver group ever, but they're one of the few teams that can kind of get away with that because they have so many other pieces, so many other options to throw to or run with or whatever they want to do. And then defensively, we added Alec Buchanan at defensive end, and really that's it here. We added a lot of depth, but not too many starters throughout the year. I mean, we didn't do much in free agency or literally literally anything. So we're just banking on our draft picks helping us out this year, and obviously our improved players. But now that we have a legitimately solid team, I can't wait to miss the playoffs. It'll be super fun. Oh my god, okay. Well, at the midseason point of year 2, we're 6-0. I kind of thought we would have a bit of a fall off, but definitely not. Desmond Ridder, less touchdowns, but also less interceptions at the midseason. We'll see how he can finish though. BIJAN's doing really well. Rashard Preston is having a really good season. Already 661 yards through only 6 games. Jesus. Lorenzo Carter's doing really well again, but Arnold Ebiketie isn't doing much. And we only have 2 interceptions total on the year. Ew. So we might fall off a little bit, but hopefully we finish pretty well. I don't know if we deserve to be 6-0. We don't have like the greatest team ever, so we might have to start using the Falcons playbooks a bit more, but for re-signings here, we have quite a few. Chris Lindstrom, we definitely want back. We'll go very player friendly. Obviously, he got a big extension in real life. We'll even up it a little bit, because I think he did get a lot of money, but we'll see if he takes that. 5 years, a lot of money, and he takes it. Jeff Okudah is still only 24. I don't really get why the Lions traded him. I mean, he was a decent player. We'll offer him very player friendly though. 7 years, 58.1 mil. He takes it. Maybe a bit of an overpay for someone who hasn't been that good, but it's still a cheap deal. And then Mike Hughes is interested, but he's already 26, and we have Clark Phillips sitting there waiting to replace one of these players, so we might just let him walk. We'll see. Matt Hennessy, will try to re-sign him. We'll offer very player friendly because it is cheap. 4 years, 28.4 mil. He doesn't take it. Okay, well, we could upgrade there then. Michael Walker is super cheap. 4 years, 12.8 mil. He's not interested. Really? I mean, it didn't have 0 interest. There's a tiny bit of interest there. And then the rest of these guys are just kind of depth players. I'm sure Falcons fans are wanting me to start Bud Dupree, but I just think he's a little overrated at this point and is old. So I think we're just gonna let him go. But with that, we'll just try to re-sign some of these players at the end of the year. So let's get to the end of the year and see how we can finish. Okay, at the end of year number 2, we finished 13-4. This team has already started off way better than I thought it would. We get a first round bye here. What happened? Oh, Desmond Ridder may have won MVP. Now that I said that, he probably didn't. He probably got like second, but we'll see. 5,300 yards, 49 touchdowns, only 9 picks, 72% completion percentage is very good too. Is that a record for a single season? I don't know, but it's very good. BIJAN with 1,500 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns, even 10 touchdowns for Tyler Algier, so at least we're getting some value from him. Oh my god. Rashard Preston as a rookie, 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. Drake London, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, almost 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. Even our third receiver, Tyreek Foster, 650-ish yards and 10 touchdowns. This is a ridiculous offense. Blocking, Jake Matthews wasn't great, Matt Bergeron wasn't great, but Caleb McGarry was good. Matt Hennessy was solid. Chris Lindstrom was really nice. Defensively, Troy Anderson with 135 tackles, Michael Walker with 100. Tackles for loss, 14 for Grady Jarrett, 12 for Onyemata, 10 for Carter. And then sacks, great, still not great. I mean, Grady Jarrett with 9, Lorenzo Carter worse than last year, 6.5 is still decent for a player of his caliber though. Only 4 for Arnold Ebiketie. I really like him in real life. I thought he was a steal where they drafted him in like the 2nd round, but just not doing much here. David Onyemata with only 2. Alec Buchanan with only a sack and a half. What did I call him? Alec Buchanan? Alec Buchanan is what I meant. Only a sack and a half as a rookie. Whoa. We didn't get many interceptions, but Troy Anderson had 6. 2 for Richie Grant and Mike Hughes and 1 for Jeff Okudah. So our defense isn't that good, honestly. We were first in offense, or for yards at least, 19th in defensive yards. Do we do a playbook change? First in points scored, unsurprisingly. 17th in points allowed. I feel like our defense is holding us back, but MVP does go to Desmond Ridder. Damn. I knew he was good in this game. I thought we had a chance for him to win MVP. I wasn't sure if he would, but he does. We got some rookies up here. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, both up there. That's fun. Offensive player of the year goes to Justin Jefferson. Desmond Ridder at number 4. BIJAN at number 7. Kyle Pitts at number 8. I'm surprised our rookie receiver wasn't up here. Defensive player of the year goes to Micah Parsons. Troy Anderson at 2. No. I don't even think he'll win best linebacker because it counts Micah Parsons as a linebacker, which I guess is valid because he does play off ball too, but still. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Rashard Preston. That's not surprising. He was a freak this year. Tyreek Foster at number 6. And then defensive rookie of the year goes to Trayvon Hunter of the Cardinals at 3 and 14. 15. Alec Buchanan at number 7. I almost said Buchanan again. I don't know why. But best QB goes to Ridder. BIJAN at number 2 for best running back. Preston at 5 for best receiver. Chris Lindstrom wins best lineman. I don't know why I'm checking these, but I am. Grady Jarrett up there for best D-lineman at number 9. Okay. Best linebacker, Anderson all the way down at 5, even though he was number 2 for defensive player of the year. Okay. The GOAT, Younghoe Koo at number 7 for best kicker. So, I mean, overall, really good season. I'm tempted to change the defensive playbook, though. We'll see. Okay, so we'll try the Steelers defensive playbook. I don't really remember if it's that good or not, or if they only do well because they have, like, TJ Watt and stuff, but we'll see. Oh, we don't have that good of a defense. That could also be the problem. For some reason, I thought our defense was better, but yeah, it's not great. It's just a lot of developmental players. I mean, there are obviously a few good pieces, but if it's worse, we might go back. If they score like 50 points on us, then we'll definitely change it back, but might as well try something, you know what I mean? But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 8-9, 81 overall New York Giants. I can't wait to lose this game, especially considering we're at home. This is going to be super fun, but there isn't really much else to talk about, so let's jump in against the Giants and see if we can get a win. Or should we jump in yet? It's going to be the same result anyways, and I don't want this video to be 5 hours long like I said, so years 3 and 4, I do hope to make the playoffs unless we just fall off a cliff for some reason, so we'll just simulate this year out too. It's only year 2, but let's see if we can beat the Giants. If not, that's fine, but dude, we get smoked by the Giants. A worse team with a way worse record while we're the home team. Makes sense. Alright, well, we got beat by the Giants just for them to probably lose the next game. The Super Bowl is the Panthers versus the Browns. The Panthers winning. I guess this is the Baker Mayfield Bowl? I don't know. 2 former Baker Mayfield teams. It's kind of a gross Super Bowl, to be honest, but it is what it is. But for re-signings, I do want Matt Hennessy back. We'll just up his money a little bit, and he doesn't take it. Okay, that's fine. We can maybe upgrade there. Michael Walker is actually interested now, so we'll try just player friendly. It's not that much money. 3 years, 10.2 mil. He takes it. And that's really everybody I want back. I mean, again, just a ton of depth players here. We're going to be working with 96 mil, so let's see what we can do with this team. So this isn't like the best free agent class in the world ever for us, but it's definitely not bad the more I look at it, actually. We still kind of need a receiver. I mean, we do have that third guy who is decent, Tyreek Foster, but I mean, Brandon Ayuk could be our like mini AJ Brown, I guess, in a way, just purely in the sense that he's a run after catch receiver. That could make this a really nice receiving group. So this is what we're going to be doing in free agency. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk, like you saw, but we're going to go after Chidobe Awuzie just because we don't really have like an amazing number 2 corner. I mean, Jeff Okuda's fine, but Awuzie would be a big upgrade. Now, there's no guarantee we get him. The Packers are tied with us for the lead, but there is a chance, so we'll try to get him. And then Ed Oliver is going to be the other major player we're going to be going for. There are a ton of teams very interested in him. It's kind of annoying that it's always the same group of players in free agency, but there isn't really anything I can do about that. I don't watch any Madden rebuilds anymore, but I'm sure it is that way for most people that do rebuilds, or at least it's like mostly the same players every year. I don't know. I try to not get the same ones over and over, although I do get Brandon Ayuk a lot, but he definitely makes sense here. Other than those top 3, though, we're also going to try to re-sign Matt Hennessy. The only other real like center option is like Ethan Posick, but he's older. He's not a scheme fit here, so we'll just try to bring back our guy. And then the last move is going to be for Grant Delpit. We do have not Jalen Hawkins. I can never think of his name. Richie Grant, that's his name. We do have him, but he only has normal dev, is only like a 77 or 8 overall, so Delpit will be like the same overall or an upgrade with superstar dev, assuming we can get him, but the Colts and Packers are also interested. But let's see if we can get any of these players right off the bat. They all sign, and we get all of them except for Grant Delpit. I'm very fine with that. I mean, these are all immediate, pretty big upgrades. I'm very happy with that. The only thing I'm not happy about in this free agent class is that there really isn't a good pass rusher. I mean, we could go with Romeo Aquara, but is he even good? No, 2.5 sacks. I mean, yeah, they're just the best one on the other side is Kayvon Chason. Oh god. Well, I know what we're drafting. And speaking of the draft, here we are. It's weird how pink it makes the Cardinals outline look. Like the white just with the red tint just makes it like pink. I don't know. It looks kind of goofy, but that's okay. But we don't pick until number 28, of course. But I think I know what we're gonna do here. Just kidding, the guy I wanted is gone. On both sides. Oh, fuck. Well, that's the bad part about not having good picks. Or the bad part about being good is that you get bad picks. I really don't see an edge player here worth taking with the first pick, so I might honestly just go somewhere else. Ooh. Oh, I cannot tell if this guy is amazing or horrible. Brian Fleck, he's essentially a box safety with good speed. He ran a 4.46, 23 reps on the bench, good vertical, good broad jump or decent broad jump, really good pursuit, tackle, hit power, play rec is good, just has zero coverage ability. Ah, that's tempting. He could be really good. I'm also worried about the fact that he has zero coverage ability. That's a bit concerning. Kelsey Lamb also doesn't look bad. He's better in zone for sure. This could be a horrible reach. I don't know how much the coverage is gonna matter here, but literally everything else looks amazing. Let's take him. Hidden dev. Okay, thank God. He might be decent. Good speed, horrible acceleration though. Really good strength for a safety. I still don't know if this was a good pick or not. We'll see. I kind of missed the thing where it would tell you like Brian Fleck is the number 34 ranked player in the class. Like, I know it hasn't been a thing in like 3 years, or no, I think it hasn't been that long, but I don't know, man. I just miss it. It was nice to know immediately if you fucked up or not. Oh, Levi Davidson. A deep route and spec catch and good speed. I mean, we don't need another receiver literally at all, but that guy's interesting. God, yeah, there is just not an edge player worth taking. I mean, Luke Jordan is intriguing, I guess, because he had a decent combine, but it wasn't anything crazy and his attributes aren't great. I mean, he isn't terrible at any one thing, but he's also not really good at any one thing. He might be the pick here just purely out of how desperate we are for somebody decent there. But I don't think he's gonna be good regardless. I think he'll be worse than the starters we already have there, no matter what. You know what? If all else fails, just go best player available. Marquise Carruthers. I think someone explained how to pronounce that last name. I'm stupid though. I don't remember. He had an insane combine. He's not fast, but that's like the only thing lacking in his athleticism. Everything else is either first or there's 1/3 with his vertical jump, but he's a lineman. Who cares if he can jump? I mean, I guess it matters in terms of explosiveness, but again, who really cares for an offensive lineman? His attributes are really good too. Weirdly enough, 38 reps, but no power to his game, so Madden lineman never makes sense. Let's just take him. Hidden dev, of course, 91 strength, 84 excel. What? With fucking 5.21 speed, his excel is that good? I'll definitely take it, but he's really confusing. I don't even think he's gonna start. I just went best player available. Maybe he'll start. I don't know. Are you kidding me? Luke Jordan went to the Commanders. That's who I was gonna take with this pick. I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna cry. All right, we're just gonna take a complete flyer on a very weak linebacker. 12 bench reps. The receiver we took last year had double that, so he's probably gonna have like 60 strength. Is this just a safety? Is that what this guy is? I mean, he's 6 foot 231. That's thick, but I'm not convinced this isn't a safety, but his pursuit is bad, so I don't know. But he looks, I mean, he has good awareness, zone coverage, tackle. I don't know what else to do, so let's take him. Normal dev, but he's fast, so I don't know. Why is a middle linebacker wearing number 99? I hate this game so much. I'm just gonna sim this out. Hopefully the CPU can do better than I did, because I didn't know what to do there, honestly. Okay, we had a decent draft, but honestly, I don't know if we got one starter. Maybe Marquise Carruthers or whatever, however you say his name. If I want to play him over Matt Bergeron. Bergeron was really good year one, but he was pretty bad last year, so we might give Carruthers a chance. But Brian Fleck, our first pick, is a 74 overall. His zone coverage is a lot better than I expected, but his man is terrible. He does look like a very good run defending safety though, so I'm honestly surprised he's not a higher overall. I guess just his awareness and man coverage drag him down, but his attributes look really good. And then Brent Pratt, the linebacker I took, was a 67 overall linebacker. I moved him to safety and he went up to a 69. I slimmed him down a little bit, and then I took away a little bit of strength in tackling and upped his speed, excel, and agility, but I made sure he stayed at a 69, which is what he was to begin with, so just made him a little bit more realistic as a safety. So that wasn't a bad pick, but what kind of makes it a bad pick is that the CPU decided we needed another safety. I mean, they didn't know that I was gonna move Pratt to safety, but also we took his safety in the first round, so I don't know why they thought we needed another, but Edward Fitzsimmons at least has hidden dev. Dev, and he's a 69 overall, so nice, and 69 zone. So definitely a very nice pick, even though I think it was a bad pick. And then they just kind of threw for content. I don't know what they were doing down here. Like, we don't really need even a third tight end. Another Carruthers. I can't say that last name. I don't know how to say it. The CPU is fucking trolling me. I don't know what to do. And then a terrible linebacker. Cool. Yay. I know it's the start of the year, and we don't really need, like, to free up money now, but cutting Jake Matthews and re-signing him seems kind of obvious. It would save us 15 mil to do so. He's probably going to cost like 8 mil to re-sign at most. And same thing with Jonnu Smith. It would save us 12 mil to cut him. We'll re-sign both of them, obviously. I mean, there would be no reason to cut him and just let him go here. It would be just creating a massive gap at left tackle. Oh, I'm too good. He's exactly 8 mil. I know this game way too well. And then Jonnu Smith only costs 3 mil to re-sign. I probably would have guessed like 4 or 5, so I don't know. Oh, and of course, from winning MVP, Desmond Ridder went up to Superstar Dev, up to an 82 overall, which is very nice. He got 4 upgrade points for winning MVP. I probably should have shown that, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I haven't made any cuts yet. Normally I show the team after I make cuts, so I don't know why I'm showing it now, but I am. But this is the team heading into year number 3. I really wish we could have gotten an edge, but there wasn't one in free agency that would have been an upgrade, and there wasn't one in the draft that would have been even decent. Unless we want to trade for one. We could do that. That might be a move. Somebody's getting shipped out of here. Who's it gonna be? Of course we're projected to win the Super Bowl. I can't wait to miss the playoffs. Our pick's not gonna be very valuable now, though. That kind of sucks. Pass rushers are a lot harder than I expected to trade for. Oh god. Even ones going into like contract years cost like a first and a like decent starting player. So no thank you. I guess that's somewhat realistic because that's a very valuable position, but for players going into a contract year that there's no guarantee we could even re-sign them, I don't know about that. So I think we'll just tough it out with the group we have. I mean, Lorenzo Carter plays fine. Arnold Ebiketie plays kind of terribly, but it works. But I mean, throughout the offseason, we obviously added a ton of pieces like Ed Oliver, Chidobe Awuzie, these 2 safeties. I think I'm going to start Fleck just so we can see if we can develop him. And then on offense, we obviously added Brandon Ayuk, Marquise Carruthers, however you say his name, I don't know. Oh, and also, Rashard Preston has Superstar, which is very nice. Would have been higher right now, but I spent points to upgrade his deep threat to make him a scheme fit. I literally have no idea if scheme fit even matters. I think it gives you more practice XP, but I don't even know how much that matters. I don't know. It probably does more than that. Let me know down below if it does. I should know more about this game, considering I'm trying to make it my job, but whatever. I'm stupid. Y'all know that, though. But with that, unless I do anything weird, which I probably will, let's just get to the midseason and see how we can do. Can't wait to be 2-5. Okay, this is kind of nice. Arnold Ebiketie is getting a training camp standout. I don't know if this is even going to make him play any better, but we'll go play rec. I mean, I guess that'll help. I don't know. It almost seems like overall doesn't even matter in this game. I mean, it does, obviously. Like, if you have a 99 overall, they're going to play better than like a 12 overall, but it's very marginal if it's like a 75 to 80, where I feel like that's a decent difference in real life. Like, 80 would be like a decent to even like pretty good starter, while 75 is like an average player, like a decent starter. But sometimes the 75s play a lot better than the 80s or higher, so it's just kind of stupid, but it is what it is. I've come to accept the fact that this game is stupid, even though I complain about it constantly. But hey, I just love complaining. Okay, well, for the 3rd year in a row, we have a winning record at the midseason. This is an amazing rebuild so far. Our defense still isn't great, even after the playbook change. I almost wonder if we were just bad because our defense wasn't good. I didn't realize our defense was only like an 81 overall at the time. It is better now, but it's still only an 83. Our offense is an 88. We have a really good offense, but we have a breakout linebacker and a breakout QB here. First one's Arnold Ebiketie. Is he finally having a good year? That would be pretty nice because I set outside linebacker as my focus scouting position, but it said it was a really weak outside linebacker class, so I mean, we'll see what happens there. And then breakout QB, Desmond Ridder is coming off a stellar game. Would be really nice to hit that. It's gonna be a lot to get it though. 1 or fewer interceptions and 400 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns. With Desmond Ridder to get X Factor and probably a crazy amount of XP, it would be very nice, but it's very unlikely, especially against the Chiefs. But for re-signings, ooh. Okay, well, we have some pretty big ones here, but not that many big ones. So we'll start with Jesse Bates. He has X Factor now, obviously. We'll offer, we can even up the years just to like guarantee this. 5 years, 83.5 $7.5 mil. He takes it. I think he got signed to a longer deal in real life anyways. I don't know. I can't remember for sure. And then AJ Terrell, we're gonna have to offer very player friendly. We can even do 7 years. I mean, it'll still be 32 by the end of this contract, which will be old, but I mean, we'll be out of here anyways by the end of next year, so we're fine. 7 years, 161 mil. He takes it. That's a beefy contract. Jake Matthews, how is he doing this year? Pretty well. He hasn't been so bad that I don't want to re-sign him, but he will regress. We'll re-sign him after he regresses, just so he's cheaper. And then everyone else, Jonnu Smith is a backup. Richie Grant is a backup now. I signed Charles Leno because he was just chilling in free agency. Same with Colin Saunders and Andy Dalton. I always sign just solid depth players in free agency, just not like off-season free agency, but just unsigned free agents just chilling during the season. David Onyemata is older too. That's like the one position where we can really upgrade. Oh, he doesn't even start. Why does he not start? Does it only go off of like your starting rush defensive tackles? That might be what it does. And I don't really like that, because are we playing pass rush downs every single snap? Like, obviously you want to have more run stopping defensive linemen on the field on early downs depending on the situation. Like, I don't know. Lorenzo Carter's really cheap, 2 years, 9 mil. He takes it. Will be a good backup if we replace him. Has played pretty well. So decent amount of players, but we're gonna make it out of here pretty well, I think. But let's see if we can hit either of those breakouts. I don't have a lot of confidence. I don't even think we'll win, but we'll see. No, we lose 27-20. So this breakout is Arnold Ebiketie. He didn't get it, and Desmond Ridder also does not get it. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, y'all know why we're here. Again, if you haven't already, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Helps out a ton. Of course, trying to hit 4K soon. Let's see if we can get to 3,050 subs. And if you like and subscribe and all that good shit, I know I say this so much, but like, imagine if everyone did it, we would be at like 3,500 subs. Well, we would be at like way more. We would be at like fucking 100,000 right now if everybody did it. No exaggeration, probably more. Same goes for likes too. We would hit like at least a few thousand on each video, so help a brother out, you know what I'm saying, and let me know what team to do next. I don't know if I already said that. I know I said it earlier, but I don't know about right now. But this is how we're looking at the end of year 3. BIJAN up to a 99 with morale. Desmond Ridder up to an 89 with morale. He's done a lot better than even I expected. He could be into the 90s by the end of this, which is kind of crazy. Kyle Pitts almost up to a 99 with morale. And then defensively, we're looking pretty good too. Fleck, unfortunately, only has star. I was hoping for superstar with him, but at least he has a dev trade at all. We'll definitely take that. I mean, it's the worst it could have been knowing he had hidden, but whatever. We'll take it. But we finished 11-6, making the playoffs. Now, of course, we have our worst record of the rebuild, or worst, not worst, that's not English, but we have our worst record when our team is the best. Makes a lot of sense. But Desmond Ridder had another monster year, 4,700 yards, 42 touchdowns, 9 picks. Don't know if that's quite an MVP season, probably would be in real life, but Madden QBs typically go crazy, so we'll see. Rushing, Bijan was solid, 1,300 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns. I guess he just didn't get a crazy amount of carries, but for the carries he did get, he was really good. Rashard Preston, for some reason I always want to say Patterson. I don't know why, but he had 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts with 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk with 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, and Drake London, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. I also feel like Bijan would be a really good receiving back in real life. He was at Texas, so I think he would put up more yards than that in real life through the receiving game, but I don't know. What do I know, right? Caleb McGarry was not good this year, 11 sacks allowed. Unfortunate number combination from our tackle duo. Good thing we're not the Jets or something. Jake Matthews wasn't fantastic, but was better than he could have been, allowing 9 sacks. 4 for Carruthers at left guard in his rookie year is not too bad. Chris Lindstrom was fine. Matt Hennessy was good. And then defensively, 140 tackles for Troy Anderson led the team, 107 for Michael Walker. Tackles for loss, we had 16 from Grady Jarrett, 15 from Ed Oliver, 14 from Arnold Ebiketie, good lord, and 10 from Lorenzo Carter. And sacks, I think the defensive scheme change is pretty good. 14.5 sacks from Arnold Ebiketie. Finally doing well. Hopefully he can hit a dev trait this offseason, we'll see. Ed Oliver with 10.5, 6 from Lorenzo Carter, which isn't even that bad as our number 2 guy, like that's fine considering his overall. 5 sacks from Grady Jarrett and interceptions, 4 for Michael Walker. He was really good this year. 2 for Brian Fleck as a rookie and 2 for Jadobe Awuzie, and then 1 from a few players. So good season, could have been better considering our team was really good, but we'll take it. MVP goes to Trevor Lawrence. Desmond Ridder at number 4. Aaron Rodgers still around on the Jets, that's crazy. Cooper Kupp, the white boy, Younghoe wins Offensive Player of the Year. Not surprising. Desmond Ridder at number 6. BIJAN at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa. Arnold Ebiketie at number 4. Would have been huge if he won that. Could have even gone up to X Factor. You never know. And then Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dalton Rutherford of the Rams. Lots of new QBs up here. That's fun. No Falcons. I don't even know if we had anyone in contention. We had like a third string tight end. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Raphael Hobbs of the Lions. Unfortunately, Brian Fleck does come in at number 3. I thought he had a chance. He was really good, but unfortunately cannot win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Desmond Ridder at number 2 for Best QB. I don't know why I'm checking these. This is genuinely going to be a 10-hour long video. BIJAN at number 5 for running back. Rashard Preston at 7 for receiver. Matt Hennessy, let's go, at number 10 for lineman. Lindstrom at 7. Ed Oliver at number 7 for Best D lineman. Arnold Ebiketie at 2 for Best linebacker. We're getting cut. No DB. I feel like our DBs have been bad. I haven't seen one up here for the entire rebuild for Best DB. The GOAT, Younghoe at number 6 for Best kicker. Again, I don't know why I'm checking those. I guess I'm just curious. I don't know. But we are actually going to play our first playoff game here. We're going to jump in against the Bears and see if we can get a win. I'm not going to play it because I suck at this. Well, I don't suck at this game, but it would just take forever, and I'd rather just simulate it, to be honest. I feel like for a rebuild, like, you shouldn't have that kind of influence, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I know some people do like the gameplay to see the, generated players and see the new signings you got, but I don't know. Maybe someday. But let's jump in here and see if we can take down the Bears. So the Bears go up early 7-0. We're not scoring at all. We finally put up points. We get a field goal and we get another field goal. We finally get a touchdown. We're up 13-10, but we get a touchdown right back. We're up 20-13. We get a field goal. 23-13 is the score in the third quarter. Our offense is still scaring me a little bit, but our defense is really holding. We put up another field goal. They put up a touchdown, but we win 26-20. It was a scary one, but we won. I think my game is gonna crash. No, we're good. Ooh, Desmond Ridder was not great. Neither QB was very good. But in the divisional, we're gonna be taking on the team that took us down last year in the New York Giants. Or was that year 1? I think that was last year. I have like short-term memory loss, but we do have the better roster. We're an 87 to their 83. Considerably better. Plus we have the home game. Can't wait to lose. It'll be great. But here we go in the divisional. Amazing shot. Could see literally nothing there. But let's simulate this game out and see if we can somehow get a win. The Giants go up early 7-0. Who would have guessed? There isn't much scoring. Our offense isn't doing great in the playoffs here. We do put up a field goal. Our defense is really showing out though. We finally put up a touchdown. We go up 13-7. The Giants do score and take the lead back 14-3, but we score right back and miss the extra point. I'm guessing we went for 2 and didn't get it, but we're kind of blowing them away. That game felt like it went really quick as we win 33-14. Desmond Ridder was very good. The Giants have Baker Mayfield. Oh, yeah, I love how Desmond Ridder went from terrible to amazing in the span of one game. Almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was a monster. Love to see that. That sounded very sarcastic. I'm just tired and it's late. Forgive me. I'll record year 4 in the morning. But in the conference championship, it's going to be the 10-7 Washington Communists. Definitely a good roster. I feel like an underrated roster in real life. Obviously, those top 3 are very good players. Jonathan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Chase Young. But let's jump in and see if we can get a win. I wouldn't be too mad if we lost this because they do have a good team. We definitely still have the better team and we're at home, but upsets happen. But here we go in the conference championship. Amazing shot again of literally nothing. Like the top of the stadium, just a solid gray screen. Love that. Let's simulate this game out. I really hope we don't go up like 28-3 at one point. We're right on pace though. We go up 14-7 early. 17-7 is now the score. 24-7. Okay, I don't think we can hit 28 unless we get 2 safeties, and they are scoring a little bit, but we're up 31-13. Did they get a safety? They put up 2. This is a weird score. This is a really weird game. We're destroying them as we win. Was it 41-18? Yeah, 41-18. Is that scoregami? 18's a really weird score. That's like fucking 6 field goals. I mean, I know that's not what they got, but that's pretty much what it is. That's a satisfying stat line from Desmond Ridder, also a bit scary. Exactly 400 yards and 4 touchdowns and a 666 completion percentage. Well, we're not winning the Super Bowl, but we're gonna be in it, and let's see who we're gonna be taking on. The Jaguars? Well, I guess they do have Trevor Lawrence, who just won MVP, but they're an 81 overall. Do I force win this game? Like, dude, I know we're gonna lose this. Trevor Lawrence had 56 passing touchdowns. Holy shit. I'm not gonna force win this game, obviously, but we do clearly have the better roster here. I don't feel like we should lose this game, but we might. But we have this Super Bowl Media Day thing. We're we're gonna go just the beginning. I don't know if it has an effect, but it'll give us 10 staff points, so that's nice. I almost simulated the week. I need to go to sleep soon. Let's jump in and see if we can win a Super Bowl with the Falcons. And this would actually be the Falcons' first ever Super Bowl win. Finally a decent shot. But here we go in the Super Bowl against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Florida versus Georgia in the Super Bowl in fucking Arlington or something. Let's sim to the end of the game and see if we can get a win. We go up early 7-0, 14-0. We're kind of laying it on early, 21-0. We're smoking them so far, 28-0. It is not close. They find, oh no. Okay, we put up a touchdown. Holy shit. We went up 28-3. Oh my god, wait, they're coming back. We're up 35-17, 38, okay, 38-24. Oh my god. My life flashed before my eyes when I saw 28-3. Oh no. but we get the win. We're okay. We win the Falcons their first ever Super Bowl in only year number 3. So this rebuild's already a success. But now we gotta go for back-to-back rings. This is a filthy roster already at an 87 overall in only year 3. This could be the best team we've ever built. I don't want to call it early. I think the best we've ever built is like a 90 as BIJAN wins Super Bowl MVP. So now we have BIJAN with a Super Bowl MVP, Desmond Ridder with an actual MVP, and we have a Super Bowl ring after going up 28-3 at one point. So the curse is broken. We're good. It got a little scary, but we win it as Troy Anderson of all players hoists the Lombardi, but he has been a very good player, borderline defensive player of the year a couple times. Finally, Desmond Ridder holding it. Beautiful. How did Desmond Ridder not win Super Bowl MVP? Look at those stats. Goddamn. But we're gonna try to make this offseason super quick. For re-signings here, we'll definitely try to bring Jake Matthews back. I'm fine re-signing him for like 2 years. This is the last year anyways. It's 2 years, 25.2 mil. He re-signs. It's crazy we won the Super Bowl and we still have this much money to work with. 69 mil. Nice. Everyone else here though, there are a lot of backups. David Onyemata's older. We could probably upgrade there. I'll bring Ryan Stonehouse back, I guess. He resigns. But yeah, everybody else here is a backup or old. So let's get into free agency with a little money and see if we can upgrade this team. And actually, I want to check, are there any cuts we can make? You know, Grady Jarrett hasn't really been that good. This last year he did get 9 sacks, but the first year only 3, last year only 5. I don't know. I mean, he's decent. A lot of tackles for loss for sure, but is better in real life. Is he interested in the team? Okay, he is. He's very interested. So we're gonna cut him and then just re-sign him in free agency. I do expect him to be cheaper, I'm hoping. If not, the worst I see him being is about the same price. He's more expensive. Of course he is. But I mean, what do we even want to do? There isn't really anything on offense we can upgrade. Maybe like a second tight end. And then defensively, maybe another pass rusher. Arnold Ebiketie was finally really good last year. Did go up to superstar dev. We definitely need a defensive lineman or 2. Maybe a linebacker. We don't have much depth there. I want to spend this money on something. There just isn't much for us to spend it on. So these are the players we're going to be going for in free agency. The first one is going to be Jalen Phillips. We don't have the lead for him. The Raiders do, but this is just kind of a desperation signing at edge. He doesn't normally do well in this game, but I have had him do well. I checked his stats. He had like 2.5 sacks in the last couple years, but I'm thinking maybe the Dolphins just didn't play him at edge or something. I don't know. I doubt we get him anyways, but if we do, it would be a solid pickup. I just want to spend the money on something. We're going to go after Michael Pierce. He is older, but it's the last year, so might as well get as good of players as we can. We do have the lead for him over the Rams. Grady Jarrett, we'll try to bring him back. I don't really care that he's more expensive. I mean, we have a ton of money anyways. We're the only team interested so far. Hopefully he signs. Dalton Schultz would be a really good second tight end. It's a lot of money for a second tight end, but might as well spend it on something. There's no guarantee he signs though, because the Bucks and Rams are equally interested. And then Aleem McNeil just to be kind of a really good depth defensive lineman, but there are a lot of teams also interested. So we'll see if any of these players sign at all. I can't guarantee that any of them do, other than maybe Grady Jarrett, but let's see. So everybody signs. Oh wow, okay, we get Michael Pierce, we get Grady Jarrett, we get Dalton Schultz, and we get Aleem McNeil. So we get at least 4 of them. No Jalen Phillips. I'm guessing he just signed with the Raiders. No, he signed with the Cardinals. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so these are the other 2 players we're gonna go for. It's gonna be Marcus Davenport. There are 3 teams with full level offers, us, the Cowboys, and the Rams. So we'll see if we can get him. It'll be tough, but he is fairly interested. Isn't a perfect scheme fit because I think this scheme uses speed rusher. rush defensive ends, but he's like a 78 speed rusher, so it's fine. It's good enough. And then Ernest Jones, just to be a third linebacker. We do have the lead for him, so let's see if either of these two sign. So we get Ernest Jones and Marcus Davenport. Oh, I thought we didn't get him. Okay, this is a really nice free agent class. I want to sign somebody else, but I don't know who to sign. I just want to spend this money somewhere. Nico Collins and Jawan Taylor, just good depth. We're going for starting level depth at this point. We're trying to build a god squad. Let's see if either of these two sign. We get both of them, and we still have 7.69 mil to work with. Nice. Andre Cisco and Dio Odiengbo. Sure. Oh, we can't simulate. Okay, I'll just simulate to the draft. If we get them, we get them. If we don't, they would be backups anyway. Let's get to the draft. And I mean, now we don't really have anything to do in the draft. I mean, our starters are all good. Our depth is all good. Is this guy? Hold on. Ooh. I was gonna go with a different corner, but if this guy actually has like A or even B man coverage, he could be ridiculous with 4.36 speed. There was another corner I was looking at, that not that we need a corner, but Otis Sandridge. He's not as quick. Okay. Ooh, but he does look really good. We're gonna go with the fast guy for fun. Darren Boswell. Who spells Darren with an I? D-A-R-I-N? Goofy name, but looks like a good corner. Let's take him. Hidden dev. Nice pick. Maybe. I have no idea. And now I have zero idea what to do. This guy is a first round talent. I mean, that's fun, I guess. We don't need another linebacker, but Sam Richardson, he's really quick. Sure. Hidden dev. He's probably a good player. Don't need him, but good. This guy's gonna suck. I already know it, but he has B tackle, B power moves. His play rec is terrible though. He's not super strong or fast, and he's 24. Let's take a 65 overall. Hidden dev, he could be decent. I don't know. I don't know what I'm picking. I don't really care. I mean, we just don't have any need, literally. Not even depth. Okay, so considering we had the last pick in every round, we did pretty well. Darren Boswell is a 74 overall, 69 zone coverage. Nice, but I mean, overall good speed, good man, solid press. I like it. Sam Richardson is a 73, is going to be like our fourth linebacker, is going to be a roster bubble player as like a fucking first round talent. This team is crazy. I was 100% right about Trent Covington. He's a 65. I just thought he would have normal. He does have hidden though, which is nice. He looks okay. I mean, I'm surprised he's only a 65, but it is what it is. And then I took this running back just because I guess we needed a third guy. We only had like a 63 overall third running back. He looks decent. He's like a he's kind of just a balanced running back. He's not super quick. He's not super strong, but he's just decent at everything. And then the CPU took Paul Whiting, a QB, who's actually a 68 overall, which is not bad, wearing number 27. That's gross. He's really fat. Do you want to play like running back or something? No, you do not. Well, he's a 58. I mean, he would be maybe on some team somewhere as a running back. Let's give him the Felipe Franks treatment and move him to tight end for no real reason. No, I don't know. We'll keep him at QB. And then the CPU, they didn't do great with the last two picks. Overall, it was a good draft, better than we needed to have, really. But let's see what we can do in the fourth and final year with an 88 overall team. So here's a look at the team heading into the fourth and final year of the rebuild. This has already been a super successful one. Winning record every year. We're up to an 87 overall, 91 overall offense. BIJAN up to a pure 99. Desmond Ridder up to an 84 with superstar. The receiving core is looking very nice. Tight end group, very nice. Offensive line, very nice. Defensively, I guess there are technically more questions, like what can we get from Fleck at safety. I would say the middle linebackers are questions, but they both play really well. Edge is maybe a question because we've only really had one good year from Arnold Ebiketie, and that's like it. We'll see what we can get from Marcus Davenport. The defensive line is really good and deep. Just we have so much depth here. I mean, Ernest Jones at an 88 is our fourth linebacker. This team is loaded. But with that, I mean, there isn't really much else to talk about. This has just been a super fun rebuild. I hope y'all have enjoyed as much as I have. As much as this game bothers me, I still enjoy making these videos. My sanity suffers a little bit, but they're still fun, I guess. But with that, let's get to the end of year number 4 and inevitably miss the playoffs. I can't wait. Okay, I just went through a lot of emotions. For a second, I thought we missed the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. But then when I saw our record, I also got really disappointed. We went 16-1. Why does that one have to be there? God damn it, dude. That would have been so crazy to go undefeated. But we're gonna have like an absurd amount of upgrades here. 3 upgrades for BIJAN, already at a 99. That's crazy. Even Otis Lynch, our third running back. Does he have like superstar or something? No. I don't know why he got so many upgrades, but whatever. But I'll spend these upgrades and we'll see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Okay, so it's going to be the 9-8 Carolina Panthers in the divisional. I might just sim these first two games and then jump in to the Super Bowl. I'm hoping we're going to make the Super Bowl. We'll see. But let's check out some of the season stats. Desmond Ridder, maybe another MVP. He did throw maybe too many interceptions, but 4,800 yards, 49 touchdowns, 10 picks, 73% completion percentage. He is such a good player, at least for the Falcons. I don't know if he would be good in a different playbook, but at least here, he is a stud. 1,800 yards for BIJAN, 6.2 per carry, 20 touchdowns, maybe offensive player of the year. I don't know. We had two 1,000-yard receivers, Brandon Ayuk with 1,100 yards and 20 touchdowns. Drake London with 1,000 yards, but only 3 touchdowns. Rashard Preston with 982 yards, 7 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 977 yards, 8 touchdowns. Even Bijan added a little bit through the receiving game with 6 touchdowns too. Good lord. Blocking, Jake Matthews was bad, but everyone else was pretty good. Marquise Carruthers was playing right guard for us, so 5 sacks at right guard isn't great. Caleb McGarry was a stud though. And for defense, Michael Walker led the team with 125 tackles, 111 for Troy Anderson. Tackles for loss, ooh. 10 for Ed Oliver, and then sacked. That's gross. We had 14.5 from Ed Oliver, only 5.5 from Arnold Ebiketie, only 5 from Grady Jarrett, and only 3.5 from Marcus Davenport. That's disgusting. Luckily, the interceptions made up for it. We had 7 for AJ Terrell, 4 for Troy Anderson, 3 for Brian Fleck and Chidobe Awuzie, and then 1 for a few players. Our defense still wasn't good, and we don't win MVP with Desmond Ridder here. It goes to Nathan Lewis of the Steelers. Trevor Lawrence at number 2, and then Desmond Ridder at 3. Okay, we'll see what happened. I do maybe want to check those stats though. Bijan does at least win Offensive Player of the Year. Brandon Ayuk at number 3 with his 20 touchdowns. Desmond Ridder at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year, I was thinking about signing Khalil Mack, and apparently I should have. He wins Defensive Player of the Year on the Giants. Good lord. And I probably would have sucked here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to David Harper of the Communists. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dwayne Barber of the Packers. No Falcons. So some players still did really poorly. Where did we rank? We were the 6th best defense. That's probably about right. I mean, we have an 85 overall defense. It's not like the best in the world or anything, but it is very good. I feel like I should have been better than that, but whatever. But let's just simulate this game out and see if we can get a win against the Panthers. And we do. We win 38-21. And now we're going to be taking on the Communists, who I was just talking about, at 11-6. We're also just going to simulate this game straight to the Super Bowl, so hopefully we can get a win. We are the better team at home with a much better record, so we all know that spells doom for us. But let's get to the Super Bowl. And for our final game of the rebuild, it's going to be a Super Bowl rematch. Us versus the Jaguars once again. We got a dub last time, and I think it was the Raiders Super Bowl, but this happened before. We played the Cardinals twice in Super Bowls and beat them twice, so we'll have to see if we can repeat that. But this is a lot better of a team than the Raiders team, at least I think. I might have to use the Falcons offensive playbook more. This shit is ridiculous. But we're gonna be confident for the hot opponent thing. Again, shout out Bobby Schmerda, plus 10 for like everything for both teams. And then Super Bowl Media Day. You already have 1 ring, so you're no stranger to the magnitude and atmosphere. It don't mean shit to Mikey McDingle. He's already the GOAT. He don't need help from being in another Super Bowl before. He's already the GOAT. But with that, let's jump into our final game and see if we can take down the Jaguars. Well, here we go in our second Super Bowl of the rebuild against the same team. We'll see if we can get a win here. It's already house money at this point. We've already got a Super Bowl ring after going up 28-3 at one point. That was still terrifying, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. Well, hopefully it does, because we broke the curse. Unless we go up 28-3 and lose this time. That would be awful. That would be catastrophic. But let's simulate this out. We take an early 7-0 lead. The Jags aren't scoring much. They do finally score a touchdown though. It's a tied game in the second quarter, but we do get a touchdown right before half. We're up 21-17 in the third quarter. The Jags do take the lead though, but we take it right back. We're up 28-24. This is a really close game. The Jags are going to take the lead in the fourth quarter, 31-28, and we unfortunately lose. So that's a disappointing end to the rebuild, honestly, especially considering they were only an 82 overall team. We should have smoked them, but we already got a ring. We're good. Would have been nice to get 2, but it's good to at least get their first Super Bowl win ever. And let's pretend we won this game, because we had a much better team. But that's going to be the end of today's rebuild. Again, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. All that will help you see more of these videos if if you enjoyed them, and clearly if you've made it to the end, you've enjoyed it at least a little bit. Plus, trying to hit 4K soon, so subbing helps, liking helps, everything helps. And let me know what team to do next for a shout out in the next rebuild. But that is going to be it for today's video. Again, really hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing this one. And with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.